What's up? I am doing some, yeah, I gotta make make an update right quick. All right, cool. Just realized that a couple of my videos on Twitch don't have descriptions, and it's because I'm using Streamlabs to restream. So I can't put my titles and all that kind of stuff whenever I start my stream like I usually did. Cool. All right. I guess I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, maybe I won't share my screen. I forgot that my computer is not connected to Wi-Fi. I gotta connect to Wi-Fi so that my iPad can connect to the software running on my machine. All right, let's try it now. There we are. All right, so hopefully everything sounds okay. I may be a little loud. Turn myself down. I'm looking at the levels for music. They seem okay, but you know, obviously let me know if it's too loud or not loud enough. And I am continuing to do like the Devlog music. It just won't be played live during stream. So there's that. Back to my stream manager. All right. So looks like everything is good per se. I was just recently part of the Super Bass launch week stuff, and that's what that's what these tweets are. Yeah, I got a link, or they shared it with me yesterday, and I clicked it, but I didn't actually read too much into it because Twitter is kind of hard for me. I don't really understand it, but it looks like they linked to the video, which okay, it's doing okay, I suppose. So there's some stuff that I want to play with, specifically the SolidJS, as well as doing more stuff with Superbase. So I saw that Superbase, they updated their documentation, actually. It looks really good. All right, so they've redone all of their docs, and it's a little different. I see that they have Flutter client library front and center, and I'm wondering if this is based off of my history or if this is based off of what they think is most important. Because if it's based off of what they think is most important, that's interesting, because that means that they must think that Flutter is incredibly important. Okay, so what I've been working on, this integration that I've been working on for the past few weeks, has been around edge functions. But Superbase also has database. This is actually how I was introduced to Superbase, was through their Postgres database hosting. If you're a Postgres user, you'll probably know that there are not that many very good Postgres database hosting services out there. So I used it for that because I don't really use MySQL, but I use Postgres, and they make really good use of Postgres. I know that they have storage, but I've never used their storage, but maybe I can play with that. And then real-time database, I've never played with it, but I mean, I kind of understand why you want to use it. So there's a lot of things that I can play with here. They're doing. All right. Just let me pet your snout. Man, it sounds like he has a little hollow noggin. I don't know if y'all can hear that. He just let me hit him on the snout. All right, let's get started. Oops. Wait, that's not it. Let's get remote add. Wait, what? Is get remote not? Wait. How do you add? Oh, I'm tripping. Okay, I'm tripping. It's get add. Okay. And then the name. My bad. This is me being dumb. I'm like, why isn't this working? All right, cool. So I now have my little, whatever the hell this is, my repository. And yeah, I guess let's open that up. It should be empty right now, like a blank repo. Random. And farm with solid. Cool. As you'll see, nothing. There's nothing here. But that's okay. Perhaps I shouldn't have added that remote. I forgot that desktop will look for a remote, and if it finds one, it'll think that it's a existing repo. So let me delete my remote. All right, and then we'll come back. Uh-oh. I think I put it in a state that it doesn't like. And I can't fetch. Oh man. I think what I need to do is fetch in order to get it to recognize. All right, let's do this. All right, it looks like I also don't have desktop installed as a CLI, so let me do that. Apparently I haven't done it. Oops. I didn't try to do that. I was trying to open up another program. I realized that my keycaster wasn't running. Interesting. All right, well, I'll just start over, I guess. Yeah, we'll do no license. All right, cool. Now to publish the repository. I'll go ahead and publish it up right now. So we'll call it fun with solid. Keep the code. Well, I'll keep it public. I don't really care. And I'm gonna put it in my code and color org. All right, now we can get started with the thing. Or not. I have no idea where this file, like where I created this at. Fun. Okay, so it's in the wrong directory. God damn it. Okay, so this one that needs to be in random, and then we'll locate. There. Cool. All right, now I can get into it. So we'll do fun with solid and npx dgit. Interesting. I'm not sure what dgit is, but sure. SolidJS templates ts, because I don't know. And oh wait, I don't know if I like this. Maybe I won't give it a name. Maybe I'll just do dot. I don't know what dgit is, so I need to figure out what that is before I just let that install something on my machine. Dgit. Makes copies of git repos. We'll find the latest commit. And okay. Okay, all right. So this just seems to be a faster way of cloning. I wonder if it's worth me migrating to this for my my code samples. All right, let me go ahead and run that. So we'll go ahead and proceed. Okay. So it looks like I get back a few files, some of which I care about. Well, no, I think all of them I care about actually. Let me see. So it's using Vite. I've never used Vite. PNPM. What the hell is PNPM? All right, whatever. Let's run it and see what this is doing. I'm wondering if it's worth using whatever this PNPM thing is for this particular project, because this ships with a log file. So I want to make sure that I'm using the latest, or not the latest, but the same versions of everything that they're using. Now the issue is that I have to install something on my machine. Okay, all right. I'm fine with doing this since it's available on Homebrew. No, that's not gonna work. What the hell? I just realized that I still have my camera off. My camera's off because I was recording some other content, and when I do that, I like to record on my camera separately. Anyways, and oh my gosh, I can't spell, no wonder. All right, so this should be install with an S, and I can't type. Y'all are seeing it live. I don't know how to type, but it's okay. I know how to make money. That's all that matters. Looks like we're good. All right, so I'm gonna remove my node modules, which should be in this directory now. Yeah. Remove node modules, and this is a directory, so we'll do that recursively. And I also want to use remove the yarn lock file. All right. So at this point, I should be back where I started, effectively. So now I'm gonna use that other tool that oh my gosh, please just work. Oh, and while I'm doing this, let me do a lot of these so I can move it over to the side over here. I think this is a decent place for it, maybe. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about off to the left. Maybe you can see that. Shows you my keyboard shortcuts that I'm using. All right. What's up with my computer going slow right now? It's lagging. I don't like that. Okay, how do I use it? That's really all I care about. And wait, what? Man, all these different package managers, and like, this is not a good name. PNPM. Okay, sure. Now I have my packages. Now I'm gonna start. Use host to expose. Okay. I am so confused. Okay, never mind. I'm good. All right, cool. Now I can get into stuff. We have this app TSX. We have an index, which goes to this index TSX. Okay. Oh, okay, never mind. This is just, okay. So it looks like the body, there's a class for body, and then there's something for code. So something must be, this must be code right here, that little bit. All right, let's go to index and see that it's loading app, which is here. And app has its own styles. Yep, app module CSS. Okay, this must be the logo that's spinning, the header. Well, I don't know where the header is. Let's make this black and see what happens. Okay, this right here is the header. Then we got a link and then some keyframing for animations. The logo, I imagine this logo, this is SVG, is probably for that over there. Although, I wonder, is there a way to render this? Yeah, this has a SVG preview. So maybe I'll use this because honestly, this is useful for me anyways, because sometimes I'll copy icons that are in SVG, but I need to compress them. And this right here should do that for me. At least minifying, which is effectively the same. Makes it smaller. Okay, now that I have that extension, let's see what happens. And I'll do this logo, I'll make it full screen, and then we'll do SVG. Yep, there we are, preview SVG. Yep, that's exactly what that is. It is the logo. Here, all right. Don't save. All right, I think from here I can kind of learn something. Oh, let me, oh yeah, so yeah, it did it in TypeScript too. That's even better. Okay. Now what's unclear to me is how do I navigate? I suppose that's what this is down here, is learning solid. Okay, let's do that. All right, components or functions that accept props. So this is basically React. At this point, my component, it has a name. I see what's happening here. All right, so we pass props the same way that we pass anything else. All right, this looks to be how state is maintained. Let's do some of that. Let's do some state management in the app itself, this component, and maybe I can move stuff around later. Now it's not clear to me where, like, can I do this create signal outside of the function component? And maybe it's outside because it's saying that components are not stateful. I don't know if this tutorial is what I need, but maybe it is. Signals, never mind. This is what I want. Okay, so they want it to be called in something. Let me put this in a separate component just to make my life a little bit easier. And it looks like they, oh wait, no. I'm not sure if they're using capitals for components, which is typically what you should do in React. But I see that there's a lowercase index.tsx. So I'm wondering why. But there's also an uppercase app.tsx. Technically, those are both React components. So it's ambiguous what my naming convention should look like. So I'm going to use what I'm used to. So we'll do uppercase. I'll make that just a little bit bigger. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right, well, do that. All right, so we're gonna do one of these things like so. I think I need to import component, and I may have to export the counter. Oh, okay, never mind. I gotta return something, I'm sure. Yep, I gotta return something. So I imagine that the return that I need to do is JSX. Something like that, maybe. All right, and I no longer really care about this header or any of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna just render out my counter. Look at my thing. All right, cool. It's empty. It shouldn't be broken. Let me make sure it's not broken. Yep, not broken, so we're good. And then we could be like wave. Yep, here we are. See the little thing right there. So it's rendering. Now I can move forward. Let me close some of this other stuff. I think I'm going to integrate Superbase somehow with this today. Argument passes create call is the initial value. Okay, well, sure. I wonder, how do I pass in props? Ah, okay. Let's do this. Let's say maybe I can do this interface props. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try. And then I'm gonna say read only start count and count. Yeah, that'll be a number. So then I want this to be of props, like so. And as a result, I should get inside of here a counter. Oh, I'm sorry, start count, my bad. Yeah, I should get back start count. And then what I'm gonna do, instead of waving high, I'll just render out start count. Hey Siri, turn off my alarm. I'm awake. All right, so it's broken now because of reasons. So let's put in start count, and then we'll say 10. Let's see, does props, yeah, props work the way that I expect. Cool. All right, now there is this set interval. I don't understand why it's telling me this, but sure. Oh, okay, it's using this to create a counter. Okay, fine, yeah, sure. I guess I'll do that. So we'll do a set interval, and I'm gonna need, wait, hold on. I don't want that here, I'm tripping. I want that here. So we'll do set interval, and then the handler, or the thing that I wanted to do, is to call, basically I need to create a signal, I think. I don't know. I'm assuming I need to create a signal because I see set first and it has this create signal. I need a way to update state essentially. So I'm going to do count and then set count. And I know that I want this signal to start at this right here. And I want to say that this is strongly typed. So if I do number, this should fail. It should be upset because this isn't a number. So I'll do start count. And I think that I can do it without that as well because it should infer that. So if I do this, it should say, yeah, number. So yeah, we're good. All right, so then we're going to call this set interval and then count as a function. Oh, okay, it's returning functions. That makes my life easy. Yeah, that makes my life easy. So then we're gonna do set count, which is the function that we get back from the signal, but count itself is an actual function, which is really nice. That means that we can we'll always get the right value whenever we call it. We don't have to worry about like memoization or any of that because we compute the value when we need it, which is nice. This is based off of literally the few seconds of work that I've done with this so far. I don't know, I could be lying. I could be making all this up. It says set signal. Wait, solid signals also accept a function form where you can use the previous value to set the next value. Okay, cool. So it looks like I'm ignoring the value, but it has a value, I think, that it gives me that I can then use. Not the set interval. I'm sorry, the set count. This gives me a value right here. So right here I'm calling count +1, but I can also take this and see would be that count, right? So if I wanted to do something with the previous value, I don't right now, so I'm gonna move on. Okay, set interval. I'm not gonna do this first last name thing. I guess I don't need it. All right, and then I'm gonna put in my count instead of start count. I'm gonna put in count here. All right, and let's see, it should be counting up. Yes, it is. We now have something doing something. All right, cool. Solve, what? Effects, create effect. What's an effect? Wait, what's a signal? Signals are the corners on the that reactivity in Solid. They contain values that change over time. We change the signal's value. This feels like it's an observable. How is this different from observables? You know what? I'm gonna do it. I have a strong feeling that they are using a data structure that I'm very familiar with here in order to build this. How would this be organized? This is weird. Packages, Solid. Let's look for signal, create signal. I really want to look for the export create signal, not the import. These are all imports. So let's see if I can do export. Export function create signal. All right, well, we have a type at least. Maybe we can go from here to the thing. Create signal. Export function create signal takes the type, and then it returns a signal of t. All right, so we can look for signal then. Oops, wait, how do I, oh man. Signal. All right, signal T is a tuple. Okay, a getter, which is an accessor, and a setter, which is a that. An accessor is a function that returns a type. That's pretty simple. What's a setter? Wait, what is a setter? Well, I don't see a setter anywhere. Oh, wait, never mind. Setter. Setter, all right, it's a T, and then we set it equal to, this is a composite. Okay, all right, we're composing types. So it's a few things. It's an intersection type. The first one is we have undefined extends T, or okay, I see what's happening. So we're saying if undefined extends T, then we're going to return a function of undefined. Otherwise, we're going to return an object, an empty object, and we're going to intersect that with some type U which extends T. So this is is it a subtype? Yeah, I think this is a subtype of T or an extension of T. I don't know what the correct wording is here. And this right here is a function that's going to take a value, and that value itself is a callback. And that callback is going to take the previous result, which is of type T, and it's going to return a new result of type U, which is itself a subtype of T. and that's going to return another U, which is, subtype of T. All right, so we give this a function, and we're going to get back a U essentially. Then we have a U extends T value, and then this is a utility type, one of TypeScript's utility types, and we're going to exclude the function, like any functions from that type, before we return U. And then we have U extends T again. This is subtype of T value, and we're going to exclude U or the previous or a callback that returns U. All right. Now what I want to know is like, where's the implementation of create signal, right? Because this has to be implemented somewhere, right? Is this the implementation? Yes, it looks like it. All right, cool. So options, that's going to be equal to, okay, we don't care. I don't care about that. Signal state value. Okay. All right. So this is just signal state. Okay. If solid, okay. Yeah. Setter, const setter is equal to this. All right. All right. Oh, cool. Oh, this is dope. Okay. So we're building the setter. So this is going to construct the function that will then return. And yeah, that's exactly what we're doing as a tuple. Because remember up here, this type was, where was the type? Yeah, it has to match this type right here. All right, we have setter, right signal. Okay, here we are, right signal. This right here, this seems important. So we'll look for that. Right signal. Okay, this must be doing all the magic then. So let's see. I'm looking for something very specific, and if it has it, then I know it's using the type, like the data structure that I'm expecting. Okay. So getting the current and transition running. Yeah. If no comparator, okay. If transition running. Man, there's a lot of this. Okay. No observers. All right, here we are. So yes, this is using the observable pattern. I'm sorry if I just burned like 10 minutes of your time just proving something, because it's irrelevant in all honesty. It's mostly just for me. I was just like, the fact that this is like I'm using this callback style right here, and that this right here is itself a function, and then I'm like, this must be using observables. And turns out we are using observables. So then I now understand the programming model that this is using, or the I guess the state model. Whatever. We can close that. It's useless to me now. All right, create effect. Let's do that. So let's do create effect. For this, I want my effect to reset the counter effectively. So let's create an effect, wait. Oh wait, no, maybe it's not create effect. Never mind, let me read this. Signals are trackable values, but they're only one half of the equation. To complement those are observers that can be updated by those trackable values. Wait, what? Signals are trackable values, but they are only one half of the equation. Okay, that makes sense. All right. To complement those are observers that can be updated by those trackable values. Okay, to complement those, okay, are observers which can be updated by those trackable values. Okay, I am going to try to restate this and how I think this is what this is saying. Wait, let me read this again. To complement those are observers that can be updated by those trackable. Okay, so then I'm assuming that this right here is the observer. this create effect, and that this will update whenever like one of these trackable values updates. I don't know why they're calling it trackable. Why can't we just call it like observable? Like, why are we using new words? We have like a whole terminology for this particular here. Let me show. Let's see, observer pattern, GOF, not God, GOF. See, we have words, right? Subject, observer. Why are we using different words? Whatever, it's fine. I'll use some new words. So let's create this effect. Create effect. Takes a, okay, whoa. All right, cool. So I like this. It takes a function, all right? They call it what I would call it, which is FN. I like that. Effect function. I mean, I would just call it an effect, but sure. It's a type. Function is a type that takes an unknown and returns an unknown, looks like. For now. Let's do some stuff. Let's do the thing. And for now, I'm just gonna do this console log because that's all they're doing. And say the count is count. All right, let's see what that does. That's not doing anything. Oh wait, no, it is. It's logging. Here we are. Okay, all right, cool. So every time this is being updated, and by this I'm speaking specifically about count. Anytime count is updated, this effect is going to run. I like that. That's superior to React's model, which is which is very different from this. All right, cool. All right, let me delete this effect because I don't want it. All right, now there's this button thing. Let's do a button. Let's do that. Let's do a function on button clicked. Oh, well, let me do it another way. So const equals a function. And for this button, all I want to do is call set count. Set count. Yeah. I'm going to set count to start count. Oh, wait a minute. So if I want to use start count, I'm gonna have to put it in here, which is okay. That's fine. And because I'm putting it inside of here, I am going to change this slightly so that I can take advantage of function hoisting, so that I can define it down here without having to put it up at the top. And of course, I can do this any kind of way that I want, but this is the way that I'm gonna do it. So we'll do start count. So because I put it here, this is gonna get hoisted. And now, instead of having to define all of that kind of stuff up here, which I could do, I can define it down here. Which, you know, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. All right. So we're gonna have the count, and let's put this inside of a div. Or let's make this a div. All right, and let's do a button. And we'll call this reset. And I think this uses native DOM event handler. So I think it'll be like on mouse down or something like that. There's no on, oh no, there is a click. The hell? All right, sure. There's a click. I thought it had to be mouse down, but maybe not. And then this is going to be on button click. We can call that BTN. All right. We'll reset 10. Yep, it's working. Let's say that I want to start counting at 1. So yeah, we're gonna start at 1, 2, 3, reset, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool, it's working. Arrive sig. Okay, sure. This is okay. But let's do it. Let's do it anyways. We'll call it double count. Let's delete this. Const double count. Honestly, like the fact that this is using functions in order to like evaluate a value, like all this falls basically just from functional programming principles. Like, I'm not even sure how much of this is even the framework at this point. This is just how functions work. If you know, if you want to be functional, which a lot of people don't want to be for some reason. Sorry, so this is my double count, and I think what it's showing is that like what I can do is instead of saying count here, I can just call double count, and it'll always be updated as well, because anytime count's updated, this will be recomputed, which is going to cause this whole thing to get re-rendered. When I look at, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. In fact, instead of calling this count times 2, wait, no, this is wrong. Oh no, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Never mind. It's not wrong. What I wanted was this to be going twice as fast, but what's happening is that it's growing twice as fast. I was just looking at the wrong thing. All right, we can move forward. Let's see what else we got. Memoization. I'm assuming that's what memos are. What else could it be? And plus, I saw fib, like this fib right here. Like, why else would you, like, what else would you use like a memo for in this example, right? If it weren't memoization, they call it memos. Most of the time, composing derived signals is sufficient. Okay, so okay, sure. However, it is sometimes beneficial to cache values. Yep, in order to reduce. Okay, yeah. We can use memos. Yes, I know. Yep. Menus are both an observer, like an effect, and a read-only signal. Wait, okay. Memos are an observer and a signal. Which mean, okay, all right. I think I'm gonna have to look at that. Or maybe I can play with it and understand like how this works. About how, I'm not talking about like how to use it. Like I can look at it and read. I know how to use it, but it's a fucking function. What I want to do now is like actually understand like what the hell they're doing. Is it matching my mental model for what I would expect if I were doing this myself? Are they doing what I would do? Because if they are, that makes my life a lot easier. Because then I could just think like, what would I do, instead of trying to figure out what they're doing. All right. It says they're aware of both their dependencies and their observers. So that must mean that they're keeping track of that, the state, right? So dependencies, I mean, this is, I don't know if it's keeping track, because it should just have a list of observables that it's tracking. Well, I guess that's what it is. Okay, it must be an array. You know what? Let me just look. I did say I would go look. Gosh, what's the name of this tape? Okay, it's super solid. Let's go look inside of their little project, see what we can find. And is it memo? Memo? Create memo? Seriously though? Create memo. Create memo. All right, how do you create a memo? It is create memo. That should be there. That should exist. And in fact, it does. All right, function, create memo. Here we are. It takes in a function, it takes in a value, and it takes in an option or options object. Oh, no wonder this is JavaScript. No wonder I don't have any like actual freaking types, or maybe I do. Okay, I do have types, okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to read more than one thing. So the JavaScript implementation looks like options. We're gonna see if it's an empty, or we'll call it a nullish object, a falsy object. How about that? We're checking to see if it's falsy. And if it is, we're gonna call this object assign thing right here. I'm sorry, not if it is. If it isn't falsy, we're gonna assign it. Basically, we're gonna create a copy of it. That's essentially what's happening here. So we create a copy of options, and then we define this constant, which is called create computation. We pass in this function the value true and 0. Interesting. All right, function init pure. Oh, okay. Oh, it's saying it's a pure function, and then state. It can be a number or undefined. Okay, sure, 0. Okay, observers. Here we are. Yes, right here. Observers. This is null initially, but I would imagine that. Wait a minute. How are we adding observers to this? They're saying that C observers null, C observer slots null, C comparator is options equal. All right, so it's just checking to see if there's an option specified, or else we won't do anything. And then we call this update computation function before we bind it back to the create computation object that we just created. This update computation. What is that? Where's this defined? All right, it's going to take in a node. If node is not a function, we'll return, we'll clean. I'm not sure what this clean node is doing, but I'll look into that. Owner is owner, listener time. Okay. All right, where's clean node at? Clean node. Let I, if node sources, while node sources lanes, source lane. Oh, okay, cool. So this looks to be some type of list, or maybe it could be a stack structure. So all we're going to do is we're going to pop stuff off for as long as possible. But I think we're filtering, right? We're not just popping off stuff. We are to an extent, but not really. So this first thing, we're going to get the source, which is the first thing on that stack. Index is the second thing on the stack. And then OBS, I imagine, are the observers. No, it is. Okay, it is observers. And that's coming off a source. Okay, so we're going to check to see if there are any observers, basically if it's undefined or not, if it's falsy, and if it has any observers in, like if it's observing anything. If it is, we're going to remove them. Okay, I understand what's happening. This is cleanup, because we do have to maintain state for all of our observers, right? Like we need to make sure that whenever we add a new value, for instance, that we want to derive, we need to make sure that if we were to get rid of that value, that observer goes away. This is just cleanup. So it's working sort of the way that I would expect. So I'm not too far to out of my comfort zone. All right, so we have this function here. They're calling it Fibonacci. Sure, we'll do that. Wait, Fibonacci? Who's defining Fibonacci? Oh, they have it defined up here. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. We'll define this. So we'll do function Fibonacci. That's the hardest thing about Fibonacci. It's like how do you even spell it? So we're going to do const Fibonacci, and that's going to be equal to n, and then we're going to do something. We're going to say if the number, or if n is greater than, not greater than, less than, equal to 1, then we want to just return 1. Otherwise, we want to return like it's just a Fibonacci sequence. We're going to do n minus 1 plus, And then we want to do the same thing right here. Oops. Yeah, we'll do that, -2. And no idea why that's not working. I think this is the Fibonacci sequence, right? Isn't this how you do it? Unreachable code. Okay, let's put it up here, see what happens. All right, what's wrong with my function? Why doesn't this work? Okay. And it's going to I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure why I had to specify that type. I mean, I don't know, whatever, fine. It works, fine, we're good. All right, cool. We have our Fibonacci thing, but this is a terrible Fibonacci sequence generator. This is a terrible implementation because I'm gonna re-implement, not re-implement. I'm sorry. I'm gonna recompute the same values a lot of different times. Let me pull up a thing. What do you call that thing? Excalidraw. I'm very lazy, just FYI. So wait. Do I need to renew? Please tell me I can renew it out. Damn it, shit, I had to put in a new credit card. Damn it. I have a free version, right? I don't have my credit card on me, so I don't feel like getting up. Excalidraw. Yeah, we'll do it here. Oops. All right, yeah, so we're gonna draw. Oh, come on now. All right, we'll just draw some circles. Oops, undo. This is actually kind of cool. It puts it where my mouse is, so we'll put circle, 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 and then we'll keep doing the pattern. Circle, 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 circle. That's as best we're gonna get right now. I'm too lazy to do the rest, so we're gonna do a little. Oh shit. Oops. Man, if I had to redo this every single time, I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm only gonna do this a couple times, and hopefully you all will get the point, because this is very difficult for me. And I'll do one more level. All right, cool. All right, so let's say, for instance, we want to find the number 10, right? Fibonacci sequence. Well, if we look at here, the first thing that we're going to do, well, let's see. We're given the number n, and we're going to check to see if that number is less than or equal to 1. If it's not, wait, hold on. Yeah. If it is, we're just going to return 1, right? Otherwise, we're going to return whatever this is. So I'm starting at whatever, let's say 10, right? So this could be 10. Let's call it 4, 10. We'll call it 10. Right? Well, now I'm gonna, like, the next iteration of this, I'm passing n minus 1. Well, 10 minus 1 is 9. And then 10 minus 2 is 8, right? So I'm calling both of those things. So what I'll do is I'll put 8 over here. No, I'll put 9 over here because that's how I'm calling. Yeah, we'll put 9 over there. 8. Oh wait, no, I literally just said the word now. And then 8, and we're gonna keep doing this thing right here, right? So 9 minus 1 is 8, and then 8 minus 1 is 7. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. 7 minus 2 is 5. 8 minus 2 is 6. 8 minus 1 is 7. can't do math. 7 minus 1 is 6. 7, yeah, 5. Well, here's what I'm trying to show, right? Like, well, hold on. This is 6, and then this is going to be 4. This is going to be 5. All right. How do I color shit? How do I do that? All right, here we are. Cool. So I'm gonna make. Yeah, let's do red. Can I select that as a red? No. Fuck. Well, here's what I'm trying to show. There's a lot of repeated numbers, right? So we have 10, 9, 8, 7. Well, I also have 8. Let me. Can I do that? I don't like it. But we're gonna have to accept it. I don't like it though. I need this to be in dark mode. Yeah, it's looking like I can't do the same things. Oh no, I can. Here we are. Cool. All right. Yeah, this is better. So we have 4, and notice that we have 4. Well, we don't have 4 anywhere else. But like, wait, that's not 4. I'm sorry. 10 minus 2 is 8. I don't know why that got changed to a 4. Right. So we have 8 and we have 8. Right. And then we have this 6 right here. And I'm gonna highlight all of them. So we'll highlight this 8. Highlight that 8, and then we'll highlight all of the 7s, for instance. So let's find 7. Right. All right. So here's a 7. There's a 7 here. Sure. All right. And then I'm gonna do one more. Let's find the 6s. Right. So we have 6 here. 6 here, 6 here, and then 6 here. Right now, what you'll probably notice, or what you should notice, hopefully, is that there's a lot of repeated things. Sorry, I'm asking the question to an answer. I'm sorry, I'm asking the answer to a question that I've already answered. I've already done work to figure it out, and currently this. Whatever I'm at, this right here, this is very inefficient. Like, this is a terrible implementation of this function. I would rather do this bottom up, where well, yeah, anyway, yeah, I'd rather do it bottom up, and I can do it in like linear space and time. Whereas this requires a lot more space, right? Like, you see that, like, it grows very quickly. Anyway, the reason why we want to memorize this is because there are 2 methods, right? There's like, we can build up from the bottom, or we can just like save the result, because as you see, like, these chains could get really long, right? So this 8 right here, for instance, well, as soon as I get to this sub problem here, this 8 right here, it's all the same shit, right? So like, you see here, I'm asking what's 8? Well, it's like 8. Well, I need to first figure out 7, and I also need to figure out 6 first. Well, it's the same thing here. I have to figure out 7 and 6 first. And in order to figure out 7 and 6, I had to figure out 7. I had to figure out, 5 and 4 or something like that. And you see that, like, if I can just save those results in something like a table, like I can have a little table here. So when I get to 10, I don't know the answer to 10, but that's okay, right? Because I'm gonna figure out the answer to 10. So eventually I'm gonna get to the 7, right? So we'll get to 7. Let's put a 7 here. And I'm only putting 7 because I'm not going to go through this fully. So we get to the 7 here, and then I'm going to compute the result of that 7. So then next time, where's 7? Yeah, so 7 is equal to 6 plus 5. Not realistically, like, index 6 plus 5, not 6 plus 5 the number, right? And then we know that 6. Wait, how is this working? Okay, we know that 6 is itself composed of 5 and 4, like so. All right, so effectively what we could do is, like, if we start to put results in this table over here, whenever we get to one of these values, like a 7 or a 6, instead of figuring out what that value is, we just look and see what the value is, and we just use it. Now we escape the quadratic trap. We go firmly into linear time space. Not time space, time, just time. All right, I think I can get rid of that. We don't care about that anymore. All right, so here there's this counter. All right, cool. What? Const fib equals. All right, I see what's happening now. So let's do that. Now, I want to say I should be able to do this because this is a function definition. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I will do that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Or even better yet, that function doesn't even have to be defined up there. That can be defined up here. All right, so then we're gonna have my Fibonacci function. All right, and then I need to do something with it. I actually don't, I have no, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I'm waiting to see if it's going to do anything interesting. Hopefully y'all can see this. Remember how I was like, this is a terrible function? You see how this is slowing down? It's supposed to be going every second. So it's at 70. So what you're seeing is the Fibonacci trap. Like, you know, if you ever win this Fibonacci function that you're like, oh yeah, I finished. Well, this is what happens if you go past 72. In fact, I will be surprised if it gets over 80. I will be surprised if it can get to the 80th number in the sequence. Now, of course, I could rewrite this function so that I get that number instantaneously. I could do that. All right, cool. So that's now doing some stuff. Hopefully it doesn't cause my computer to crash. I am going to leave it just to see if it's able to get to 80. I doubt it though. We'll see. I do want to see what's happening. Let's see if I got to 76 yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did get to 76. Okay. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did. Oh, okay. I didn't create a memo. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. We're at 78. Like I said, I will be surprised if this will get over 80. I'm not sure if I've ever gotten over 80 on JavaScript, but I also don't have the patience to wait most times. So why is this taking so long? If you remember that thing, the little graphic that I deleted, you probably would have noticed that there's a lot of repeated work. And in order to, that repeated work is not trivial, right? It's all quadratic work. Oh man, maybe I want to say that Fibonacci might be an exponential function. Like it may be a factorial or on the order of factorial, maybe. Let's see. Fibonacci time complexity. I'm not sure if it's on the order of quadratic or on the order of factorial. No, here we are. It's exponential. So it's worse than quadratic. It's worse than quadratic. So 2 to the n. In my case, 80 is the number that I'm not even sure if it's going to get. There you are. That's a really big number. That's a really big number. So many operations need to happen. Oh, look at that. We got the 80. All right, cool. And then it broke. So yeah, 80 is just, like, I don't know why I know this number, but like I know that 80 is typically a number that fails for functions, or the size of the input rather. It's not really the number. 80, as far as the size of the input is concerned, is where things will fail for like factorial and I guess exponential functions. And I only know that because I've caused my machine to crash a lot when I was younger, experimenting with this kind of crap. But let's get rid of that, and let's use a memo, which is what this is saying to do. All right, so we can create we just wrap this. Okay, we just wrap this in a memo. So we'll do create memo, and then wrap it like so. So now we have the same function, and let's see what happens now. Oh man, I was about to say it's fast as fuck now, but it's not. Let's try to get this to reset. It's frozen. It's done. It's cooked. All right. Wait a minute. No, wait. Something seems off. Why is this resetting to 2? Oh, that's interesting. Why did that reset to 2? Double count. Oh, okay. That's why. Let's instead show count, and then we'll delete double count like so. Okay. So if this is working the way that I would expect it to work, or wait a minute, hold on, I gotta think. Count. Actually, I have no idea, but I don't have no idea. Let's see. It's saying to do like a log to see how many times it's running. So I'll try that out. Uh-oh. It's not happy. Some's not happy. It's frozen. Oh, man. Maybe I should write some. What are they writing? Oh, okay. They're just putting calculating. Okay, sure. Let's reset this or refresh this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so man, this is what I expected. I don't understand why they're telling me to do this. So it's running the same amount of times as this, which is what I've already expected. I guess they're just doing this for people who are slow to get stuff, maybe. Because I mean, I don't know if they've said this, but it's very obvious that because they're returning a function, and whenever you execute it, like that value is always going to be the latest value. So like basically all of this we're getting for free because of that. So maybe they're just trying to drive home that fact. Maybe this is for people who are not really into functional programming. All right, JSX allows you to use JavaScript to control a logic flow in the templates. However, without a virtual DOM, naive use of things like array, prototype map would wastefully recreate all the DOM nodes on every update. Instead, it is common for reactive libraries to use the template helpers. In Solid, we wrap them in components. Most basic control flow is conditional. Yep. All right, so there's this show thing. Okay, show comes from SolidJS. All right, let's see what that's like. Let's pull out show. And let's also organize these. Logged in. All right, so we're gonna fake a login, I guess. We'll create it in a new component. All right, let's see if I can remember this. So it'll be const login, which is a component of props, which I will define eventually if I need to, maybe, or maybe I don't need to. Maybe I don't need to define that. So it'll be a props component, and then that'll be equal to something, and that'll return something like so. And this should be exported, and I need to import that. And I think this needs to return JSX. All right, so now it's happy. All right, we can call this logged in and then set login. I'm gonna call this login. Wait. Logged in. Okay, set logged in. All right, and it looks like we want to default this to be false. And I think, God dang. Oh wait, no, I think I want to do not toggle. Or not toggle, not logged in. I think this is what I want to do. And this is a function. All right, and then here I want to return some stuff. And I'm not typing all this. It's not worth my time typing that. All right. And now let's look at the login component. Uh-oh, it's unhappy. All right, so we'll log in, log out, nothing. All right, and that's expected, right? That's expected, hopefully. As you may have noticed, there were no event handlers on these buttons, so nothing's gonna happen. Oh, well, no, it's toggling, but I'm not actually, like, how do I say it? There's no state to show, like there's nowhere to show that things are happening. So maybe what I can do is just render out whatever, I can render out whatever logged in is. Not what I wanted to do. There we are. So we're going to render out logged in somewhere. Let's refresh. Oh, wait, it's a function, I forgot. So we're gonna do that. Let's refresh and see what happens. Nothing. Interesting. Huh. I am now confused. Huh. I wonder why. Okay, sure. Fine, whatever. Now I'm wondering why. All right, let's do this. Let's say we'll do this. We'll say this, that. The actual text doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure that. Okay, all right. So it looks like I can't just put false, true or false. Let's try it anyway. Let's try false here. All right, that's what the problem is. This is a Boolean. I can't just put a Boolean. It needs to be something that can be, I guess, serialized. I don't know. But I can't just put false here. That's why that wasn't working. All right, yep, that's cool. I already get that. Control flow 4. Wait. Control flow. Wait, we're not using show anywhere. Ah, I see. Here. Okay, so, I think I understand what's happening. So let's try this show. All right, and then it has props. What props does it take? When, okay, and then we can say we want to look at if we're logged in, right? If we're logged in. All right, and is there anything else that we want? Okay, so I think we only want to show log out when we're logged in. I know it sounds weird, but bear with me for now. So we want to show log out. I think I should look at this, but I'm not right now. I'm wanting to confirm that this works the way that I would expect. And then here I imagine I can put the button here. Can I do that? So the way I'm thinking this is working is that show the when is what you're going to put inside as a child, and then the fallback is what you're going to put what you want to just happen regardless. So let's see, log in, log out, log in, log out. I'm not sure if that's correct though. So let's see. All right. I guess it has the same rules as JSX or React rather. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I had before. So I'll say logged in. All right, this is the opposite of what I expect. Oh, never mind. This is okay. No, it's working. It's working. It's just me. All right, looks like we have control flow for looping. And I guess we're gonna loop over these things right here. All right. So right now I have an empty like object here for my not empty object, an empty array for my cats. Yeah, right here. We'll define it here. We'll just put it in here. All right. So I guess in typical React land, what you do is you would iterate across these and then spit out a bunch of LIs. But apparently this has its own directive called for right here. So let's pull that out. And let's see if I can make this work without looking at docs. So it's going to be a for. What props does it expect? Each and a fallback. Okay, so I think the each is it a function? Each is going to be false or a read-only something. Number, Boolean, node, JSX array, JS function element, string or an object or null or whatever, or yeah, a bunch of things. Okay, it could be a bunch of things. Okay. It says an array element. Okay, I think I need to look at the docs for this. I don't know. Okay, so I think I was close. It is, okay, so I do want to put cats in here. Oh, shit. Why is it doing, is it still in Chinese? Why am I writing in italics right now? What the hell? Can I do that? And I definitely don't want to do that on the UL. I want to do it right there. All right, and here I'm going to put in cats. And oh, I see how this is working. All right, I see. It's almost like a render prop pattern. So inside of here, it looks like I'm passing in another function that's going to render out the thing. Yeah, this almost feels like a render prop. So we're gonna do for each cat, because we get back in like a bunch of things, and we do want to get back to the index because this isn't a regular loop, I guess, just like a for loop. Typically you get the element with the index, so I imagine that's what they're passing back. So we'll get back cat and I, and then this is going to return back some type of JSX element. So we'll do li. In fact, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to copy or cut that, paste it like so. All right, and instead of putting one like I'm doing right here, what I'll do is put index, and I'm going to call that ix. I like ix more than I. All right, and then this right here is going to be the cat. And I want to say that this is the value itself. Cat is not assignable to type P element. Okay. Wait, what? What if I do this, that, and then that, this, that? Is it going to be happy with me now? Will it accept that? Let's see. No, it doesn't seem happy about that. Wait a minute, no, this is false. This is wrong. What the hell what's going on? Loop, yep, loop. There is nowhere that I'm writing the word Garfield. Like, how is this not working? Okay, all right, now I'm confused now. Let's see. I see. Okay. All right. So, it's upset. All right, so I didn't have to do any of this. It was user error yet again. So apparently this isn't just a value like I thought it was. Cat has to be a function. And I think IX is also a function. Cat has no callable expression. Oh, no wonder. Okay, so it is the object. It is the object. But I guess I was given the whole object and it won't return. It looks like it's not going to just write out object stuff on there. Let's see. Nah. I don't know where Garfield is coming from. Let's do that, see what happens. All right, I'm starting to feel dumb now. Where is Garfield coming from? Garfield. What the hell? All right, let's stop the server and start it again. All right, this is better. All right, this is better. Now it's at least different. All right, something about this I'm not a fan of. It's not resetting. Like, what the fuck? Man, it's not hot reloading. Is that not a thing you could do in Solid? I thought that, wait, huh? Wait, what? Solid JS hot reload. Or HMR maybe? Solid refresh. Okay, there's a whole thing. Okay, all right, fine. And it looks like I'm using this PM, whatever the hell this is. All right, so we're gonna do whatever that is. All right, and then in the setup, it's already built into Veep plugin Solid. Oh, did I not have to do anything then? Then I guess I don't need that. So then hopefully the way to delete is to just say remove, maybe? Yeah. Not really clear how do I get it to do it though. Like I still don't know how to actually run it to make it do what I want it to do. Beat config. Okay, let's look for that. Beat config. Okay, we have Solid plugin. Okay. All right, well, it's not working for me. HMR isn't working for me here. That sucks. Well, now that I know, it's fine, I guess. Now I know how to, I guess, iterate through stuff. You use this for crap. It's a component, which, whatever. Low index. What is this? You now know how to render lists before, but Solid also provides the index component, which will cause less re-renders in certain situations. Okay. When the array updates, the for component uses referential equality to compare elements to the last state of the array, but this isn't always desired. Yeah. That's actually true. We don't want it to re-render just because of reference changes. Right, especially if the data is the same. And what this goes back to is in JavaScript, objects when they're created by reference. So you can have an object that appears to be the same as another object, but they're different. So it's basically referential, like the actual address and memory that we care about. So this seems to be where I guess it cares more about the values, maybe. Let's see. In JavaScript, primitives like strings and numbers are always compared by So it's basically comparison by value instead of by reference. When using for with primitive values or arrays of arrays, we could cause a lot of unnecessary renderings to map a list of strings. Okay, that we could edit every change. All right, wait. To map a list of strings to input fields that could edit every change to that value. Hold on. If we used for to map a list of strings to input fields that could edit each, man, writing this could be improved a bit. Every change to that value would cause the input to be recreated. Yes, okay. The index component is provided for these cases. As a rule of thumb, when working with primitives, use index. Okay. Okay. So they made it clear, I think. And it makes sense, right? Because if it's referential integrity, we don't technically it doesn't matter where in the list something is because we have the ID to it. So that's the thing that has to remain the same. Or at least that's the thing that we're comparing by. Whereas in index, we only care about the actual data in that spot. So that makes sense. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'll do it nonetheless, I guess. So we'll just change this from for to index. I think that should work as is. Or not. Does index not have each? I think I understand now. Okay, so this must be the actual value. Yeah. Okay, so this is the actual value. And here I give it the accessor itself. Because where did it say that at? Wait, no, this is true. This is still cats. Yeah, that's still cats. But this right here is cat name. Now why is this tripping at me? Oh, no wonder. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's annoying. That's annoying. It keeps trying to autocomplete and add stuff that I don't want it to add. Okay, now that should be the same. All right. Oops. That's not what I want. Oops. What do we do? So I wonder if this will change now that the data has changed. Nope. It's not re-rendering. What the hell? It was updating all these other times. What's going on? I don't know. Whatever. All right. Well, yeah, it's been almost 2 hours. Overall, Solid's kind of cool. I may build something with it later. Let's see what other stuff I need to go through. So a lot of this stuff I don't really need to go through, so I will go through the rest of the control flows. Life cycle, sure. It looks like there are only 2 on mount and on cleanup. The bindings may be useful. Props and stores, yeah, I'll probably go through that later though. I'm gonna go. Thank you for joining the stream so far. I may be back later, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, have a good rest of the weekend, and yeah, thanks for joining.